Where is 15-year-old Alison Chao? A few days ago, Alison Chao was seen leaving a home in Monterrey Park, California, with the intention of visiting her aunt about 3 miles away. Last week, Tuesday, she is seen leaving her dad's house at 5:30 p.m., still daylight. Then 12 minutes later, the teen is spotted again by surveillance video. Her mom, Annie Chao, is terribly frantic about her daughter's disappearance, along with her grandmother, her sister, and a large group of community members in Monterrey Park. She describes her as a straight-A student who isn't a runaway.
I'm Micah Olma. Distraught parents are desperately searching for their 15-year-old daughter after she went missing on Tuesday night. Alison Chao was riding her bike to a relative's house less than 4 miles away, but she never arrived. KTLA's Rachel Medetoff live in Monterey Park, where she spoke with the missing teenager's mother. Rachel?
Micah, unfortunately, there's been no communication from Alison since she disappeared on the evening of July 16th. She left her dad's house here in Monterey Park around 5:30 at night, heading over to her aunt's house in the city of San Gabriel. It was about a 3.5-mile bike ride that she never completed. Surveillance video shows Alison leaving the house, getting onto her bike. She was wearing a purple t-shirt, black shorts, and a backpack, and was last seen riding a blue GT mountain bike. She's a straight-A student going into her junior year at Mark Keppel High School and has no history of running away from home. She hasn't been online at all and hasn't been communicating with any of her friends either. Her mom, Annie, together with her sisters, have been putting up flyers around the neighborhood, hoping that someone spots her and calls police.
The more time that goes on, the scarier it gets. I mean, I'm afraid the public will lose interest and it'll be harder to find her. There's less evidence. I haven't slept in days, and it's just every parent's worst nightmare.
Annie tells us the community has been vigilant and very helpful, although all of the leads that she's received haven't panned out so far. She's hoping that maybe someone watching tonight recognizes her daughter and calls detectives with the Monterey Park Police Department. That's the latest from Monterey Park tonight. I'm Rachel Medetoff. Micah, back to you in the studio.
I'm pleased that the teen's family has convinced law enforcement of this fact. In numerous cases in the past, police tend to assume the child ran away without initiating a search or taking the parent seriously. Every missing child should be taken seriously. While watching a few videos on Alison Chao's case, hearing that she hasn't conversed with her peers or even searched on the internet, it made my heart skip a beat of worry. These statements about Alison gave me chills. First and foremost, a teen riding 3 miles is a quick means of travel. As we know, teenagers are glued to their phones. It's jarring for her not to make one search or utilize her phone in any capacity. So what happened to Alison Chao once she rode away from her dad's place? Her family needs investigators to seize all surveillance videos in that area. And since a few days have passed, more answers should be provided. Every block and/or street should be reviewed. And it's baffling for a child to vanish within 15 to 20 minutes. This young girl seems to be very close to her parents, sisters, and additional relatives. She's not a rebel. Since Alison Chao follows the rules and demonstrates responsibilities as a teen, I assume 2 scenarios. She may have been kidnapped or maybe has a head injury. If she is injured, a person with integrity would have contacted 911 and her parents would know her whereabouts by now. Even if Alison stopped at another location and got lost, police would have found her as well. And there are hundreds of flyers posted with her photo and details. Now, if Alison is kidnapped, she wouldn't have access to her cell phone. It's a frightening notion, but it's the only scenario which comes to mind or makes sense. Just last week, if you haven't heard, last week Wednesday, another 15-year-old girl was nearly kidnapped during the day. A car was seen slowing down as she walked. And in South LA, this teen was grabbed violently around her neck, and a weapon was placed at her head. The male attempted to drag her into his vehicle. With all of her strength and quick thinking, she hit him with her phone and dashed away across the street. The entire incident was caught on surveillance video from Roxy's store, I believe on 111th Street. Fortunately, she is safe. However, the girl is extremely traumatized and still suffers pain around her neck. She is blessed to be among the free, living, and with her family, and that is confirmation that kidnappings are on the rise. So keep your young kids and even teenagers close to you. There are too many predators around. And I truly hope that Alison Chao makes contact or law enforcement will discover her safe and sound. Let's keep praying for her and see what happens this week. I hope and pray for positive results.